The world of celebrities dazzles with red carpets, private jets, and diamond-studded vows. But when those fairy tale unions crumble, the aftermath is rarely quiet or cheap. Some divorces don't just end relationships, they make history. Here are the most expensive celebrity divorces ever recorded. Number 10. Paul McCartney and Heather Mills. When Beatles legend Paul McCartney married model and activist Heather Mills in 2002, it was one of the most talked about weddings of the decade. But the fairy tale didn't last. Just 4 years later, the marriage collapsed into a bitter and very public court battle. Their divorce became infamous, not only for the $48.6 million payout Mills received, but for the sheer drama of the proceedings. Heather represented herself in court, delivering fiery speeches and harsh accusations. McCartney, who had hoped for a quieter resolution, was dragged into the media storm. Despite having a prenuptial agreement, Mills still walked away with a large chunk of McCartney's wealth, which was estimated at over $800 million at the time. The judge in the case criticized both parties, but ultimately sided with Heather, receiving a sizable settlement based on the short duration of the marriage and the birth of their daughter, Beatrice. Mills also received annual child support and access to McCartney's London mansion. After the divorce, McCartney kept a relatively low profile, eventually finding peace with his third wife, Nancy Shevell. He rarely speaks about his second marriage, and when he does, he keeps it brief. The entire ordeal reminded the world that even icons of peace and love aren't immune to the chaos of a courtroom breakup. Number 9. Kevin Costner and Cindy Silva. Long before his Yellowstone fame, Kevin Costner was America's heartthrob, thanks to classics like Dances with Wolves, The Bodyguard, and Field of Dreams. But behind the scenes, his personal life was unraveling. Costner married college sweetheart Cindy Silva in 1978, long before his rise to fame. For over 16 years, Cindy stood by his side as his career skyrocketed. By 1994, their marriage had reached a breaking point. Rumors of infidelity swirled, and the couple cited irreconcilable differences. The divorce that followed cost Costner a reported $80 million, a massive figure for the 90s. At the time, it was one of the largest settlements in Hollywood. Despite the painful end, Cindy and Kevin remained committed to co-parenting their 3 children. Costner later said that their split was one of the most difficult periods of his life, not because of the money, but because of what it meant for his family. While he eventually moved on to other relationships and remarried, this divorce set the stage for how costly things can become when long-term love collides with celebrity fame. Number 8. Adele and Simon Konecki. When Adele, the powerhouse British singer, quietly separated from charity entrepreneur Simon Konecki in 2019, fans were stunned. The pair had been together for nearly a decade, marrying in secret and raising a son together. But behind the scenes, the relationship had run its course. Because the couple resided in California and had no prenup, Konecki was entitled to a significant portion of Adele's wealth, which had soared thanks to the massive success of her albums 21 and 25. Reports estimate that Konecki received up to $171 million, though exact figures were kept sealed under a confidential settlement. Adele later turned the heartbreak into art, pouring raw emotion into her album 30. She called the divorce the most turbulent period of my life, proving once again that even global icons aren't immune to love's messy endings. Number 7. Michael Jordan and Juanita Vanoy. Before Jeff Bezos ever entered the divorce headlines, basketball legend Michael Jordan held the record for the most expensive celebrity split. In 2006, after 17 years of marriage, Jordan and Juanita Vanoy officially divorced, and the figures were mind-blowing. Juanita received $168 million, along with custody of their 3 children and ownership of their 7-acre Chicago estate. The couple had briefly reconciled in 2002 after filing initial papers, but ultimately decided to part ways for good. Despite the massive payout, Jordan's business acumen and endorsements ensured his fortune only grew. He later married model Yvette Prieto, but his first divorce remains a milestone in sports and celebrity law history. Number 6. Harrison Ford and Melissa Matheson. Harrison Ford may be one of Hollywood's most iconic leading men, but even Indiana Jones couldn't outrun a costly divorce. In 2004, Ford finalized his split from screenwriter Melissa Matheson after 18 years of marriage. Matheson, best known for writing E.T. the Extraterrestrial, walked away with $118 million, along with a portion of future royalties from Ford's films. The divorce came after Ford began a relationship with actress Callista Flockhart, whom he later married, though Ford rarely speaks. publicly about his personal life, the settlement became one of the largest in Hollywood history at the time. Matheson, who passed away in 2015, remained respected in the industry, not just for her writing, but for how she handled one of the most high-profile splits with dignity and discretion. Number 5. Madonna and Guy Ritchie. When the Queen of Pop split from British filmmaker Guy Ritchie in 2008, it wasn't just tabloid fodder. It was one of the priciest divorces in entertainment history. The couple had been married for 8 years, sharing both a biological son and an adopted child. Madonna, whose empire was worth around $500 million at the time, reportedly paid Ritchie up to $92 million, including property and cash. While Ritchie publicly claimed he didn't want a dime, insiders revealed otherwise. The settlement included the couple's sprawling Ashcombe House estate in England, plus a London pub and several other assets. Despite the cost, Madonna later referred to the marriage as emotional torture, suggesting no amount of money could fix what was broken. Number 4. Tiger Woods and Ellen Nordegren. In 2010, golf legend Tiger Woods watched his life unravel after a very public cheating scandal. His Swedish model wife, Ellen Nordegren, filed for divorce after tabloids exposed Woods' string of affairs. The fallout wasn't just personal, it was financial. Nordegren walked away with a $100 million settlement along with custody of their 2 children. Though Woods' career eventually rebounded, the damage to his personal brand was colossal. Nordegren, on the other hand, kept a low profile, quietly building a new life, complete with a psychology degree and a beachfront mansion. Number 3. Garth Brooks and Sandy Mall. Country music star Garth Brooks may have been singing about heartache, but in 2001, he lived it. After 15 years of marriage to his college sweetheart Sandy Mall, the couple called it quits. Unlike most celebrity couples, there were no cheating scandals or vicious battles, just irreconcilable differences. But the cost was massive. Mall received a $125 million payout, nearly half of Brooks' fortune at the time. Despite the split, Mall later described Brooks as a great dad to their 3 daughters. Brooks eventually married fellow country star Trisha Yearwood, but his first divorce remains one of the priciest in music history. Number 2. Mel Gibson and Robin Moore. Mel Gibson's divorce from Robin Moore in 2011 stunned even seasoned Hollywood lawyers. After 31 years of marriage, most of them before Gibson's most lucrative film deals, Robin filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Because there was no prenup, California law entitled her to half of everything. Robin walked away with a staggering $425 million, making it the largest divorce settlement in Hollywood at the time. She also received half of all Gibson's residual income from past films, including blockbusters like Braveheart and Lethal Weapon. While the split was amicable, the cost was historic, a price tag worthy of an epic movie finale. Number 1. Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Scott. Topping the list with a figure that dwarfs every other celebrity divorce combined is the split between Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and author-philanthropist Mackenzie Scott. After 25 years of marriage and 4 children, the couple announced their divorce in 2019 via a surprisingly cordial Twitter post. Mackenzie received $38 billion in Amazon stock, instantly making her one of the richest women in the world. But what stunned observers even more was her response. She gave away billions to charitable causes within just a few years. The split made headlines globally, not just for the financials, but for the sheer civility of it all. No drama, no court battles, just the most expensive divorce ever, and a masterclass in grace under pressure. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.